Hi everyone. We're talking about pastors that we admire. The first pastor I would say is Andrew. He's the pastor that I have now, and I admire him because he's able to preach the gospel in a way um, that's easy to receive, and it's um, done with excellence. Um, he's he's funny, but he preaches a lot to people who may not know the gospel, who coming in off the streets, who are just you know 2 or 3 days clean, people who've had tragedy in their life. So he tries to help us find the good news in the gospel, and I do appreciate that. I also appreciate about him, he says that um, it'll all be over at 11:15, so just dive in and do it. And um, I hope to be like him and that people will receive what I have to say, um, that I won't be offensive. But I know, sometimes the gospel is. But, we just did a survey in our church, what was the most important. And the preaching came in at 90%. People thought that was the most important part. So people are coming, and they're coming for the word. And I know they're getting that from Andrew. They enjoy listening to him. Worship music was at like 40%. So in our church, it's the preaching that people come for. And then the other pastor that um, I admire was a gentleman in assisted living. He was in his late 90s, and he had been a Brethren Baptist pastor for 78 years. And when we would think he was asleep, there would be no response from him. If he recognized the verse that I was reading out of the Bible, he would just look up and he would start preaching, and it would just well from within his soul. You couldn't separate him from the preaching. And I hope that I get to preach into my old age. This is something that just will well up from within me and be a part of me that can't be separated. It was kind of funny though, because there at the end he would try to preach, and he would say the same 2 or 3 sentences over and over and over, and I'd have to stop him. Or I would start singing How Great Thou Art, or a song, and he would just join right in and sing along in harmony. So that's, I think, one of my favorite memories from going to assisted living. And then I'm going to add a third person. I really admire Beth Moore. I love her tenacity. I love how she has not taken no for an answer. She didn't go home. I appreciate her because when I was excommunicated from the church that I grew up in, she was the first study that I did, and so she led me to a place of freedom, and I'm here today because of her Bible study, and I appreciate her a lot. And so I just continue to cheer her on and pray for her, and I hope to be like her too, tenacity. So I think that's all I have. I hope you guys have a good week. See you later. Bye.